Bruno will be has been talking to the media, where he was due to talk to media on international duty. Here is what he's just said 24 seconds ago. Bruno Fernandes confirms direct contact with Al Hilal president Farhad bin Nafel and that Man United would have sold him if he'd asked to leave. There was an opportunity with Al Hilal. The president called me and asked me if I wanted to go. They were waiting for me to answer. I spoke to the coach, Ruben Amorim. He asked me not to go. Manchester United didn't want to sell me, and they don't need the money. But if I had wanted to leave, they would have made it happen.
Oh my God! Bruno! Nah, he's a real.
Hold on, wait a minute. There was an opportunity to go. There was an opportunity with Al Hilal. The president called me and asked if I wanted to go. They were waiting for me to answer. I spoke to the coach, Ruben Amorim. He asked me not to go. Manchester, no, because the coach he's talking about is
Rubes.
Yeah. They were waiting for me to answer, so he spoke to Ruben. Ruben asked me not to go. Man United didn't want to sell me. Now, this is the line where people can go, they're gassing us up, stop lying, don't believe them. And they don't need the money. Manchester United didn't want to sell me, and they don't need the money. But if I wanted to leave, they would have made it happen. Now, we have to be careful because it's in the media. It's in the media, you know.
Don't be careful, bro. Stop telling me to have to be calm, bro.
No, I don't. Well, there's reason. But the reason why I'm saying keep calm or like just chill is because that bit where he says, and United said we don't need the money. You know,
we don't need that kind of money. No, we don't.
In order to do what we want to do.
You money. No, we don't need. We don't need selling you money. You have to understand the statement. We need money. We don't need you leaving the club money.
Yeah, that doesn't have to happen for us to buy players.
I don't want you to leave. I want them to leave, but we don't need the money to get rid of you. You're that important to us. That's what they're saying. It's not saying basically the club has just reaffirmed he's an important player and they're backing the manager. If you ask the board what they really wanted to do, would they take him Bruno money? Absolutely. Ruben did not want to get rid of this player. He wants to play in Europe. That's the big deal. He's still asking for a move.
He's waiting for like Bayern to come or something. You know, that's not gonna happen.
Come on, guys. He's not waiting for a big European team, bro. The man is happy at Man United. That's it. He could have gone and made mad money, and been fine in Saudi. He turned it down. You can't even break down loyalty, bro. He turned down super bread, not even normal bread. Super bread.
Generational bread.
Don't tell me about like
he's not captain material.
He's not this loyal. That is as loyal as it gets, bro.
In our shittest form
that is as loyal been in. As it gets, bro. I'm going. I'm letting you know, Flex. I'm going.
Wait, so what if United views us down bad? Like Flex, we've got no Flex. What we can't buy, no views, no one's Flex, locking in, nothing. You're like raw man.
Flex, but Al Hilal view came and hit me up.
Yeah, Al Hilal view just came to you, bro, and said, "Do you?" No, but I'm Ruben. I'm like, Cage, I don't want to leave. I talk about my family.
Yeah, I say, sorry, big up Flex. Then I say,
we don't need that type of money.
I'm going to talk about it with my family, and I'll come back to you. I talk to Enny and say, Enny, listen.
Do you want everything you want?
I say, Ens, let me be real. Your part in this is not going to be massive in this discussion. The family's moving. Then I talk to my wife. My wife would have said, babes, I can't do this.
Why are you still talking to me? Why are you still talking to me? Why are you still asking me?
I'm dipping. So you can't talk, because it's great money. And a lot of people are dipping. A lot of people are going for that kind of money. And it just goes to show you that Bruno, in the club's worst time, is put the club, you know, he put his love for the club first while his family's really comfortable and said, I'm staying. And there's no two ways you can look at that and cuss him out for it or say, nah, he's still just waiting for another. it was a great offer that needed attention, and I gave it my attention, and I still chose United.
I said no.
I don't think there's an issue in that. The kid is, I would have taken the money, but I can't sell a player that does not want to go.
I think that's what I was just about to say. That's what this is. There was no bid that Man United needed to consider because Bruno Fernandes didn't say yes. Now, what is interesting is in the media, and I was talking to Ben Jacobs about this, so check it out if you don't take my word for it. Ben Jacobs saying this as well. Like, there's a lot of rewriting that happens when like something like this happens, yeah. So like the journalists will go back and just sort of adjust the story or just, and also the narrative now that can be said in the media. He can say, didn't quite suit me or this, that, and the other. We may never know the exact reason of why this, that, and the third. He's basically saying like the bid came, but he double checked with United and it was like, no, we don't want to sell you this, that, and the other. But he's saying I was in control. If I would have said yes, they would have made it happen. But I believe that because if he would have said yes, we know Man United would have 100% yes because it's too good to turn down. It's too good to turn down. And for them to say, sorry, Bruno, we're not going to grant you your wish to leave because you're too valuable for us. No, they wouldn't have said that. They would have found a way to facilitate the move. And obviously, you've got a player who's literally said, I don't want to be here anymore. So you can't make him stay. But because he just didn't want to do it, and he's coupling that by also bigging up the club to say, club said they don't need that kind of money. They don't need the money. They don't need to sell me. So, look, we can't be naive because it's still Ineos. We have to wait and see how they're moving. But there's a lot of people, there's people vexed because the rebuild, they think that the rebuild of the squad is going to change. Let's discuss that. Is the rebuild of the squad going to change, or is there enough players that are able to be sold that can cover what Bruno was going to?
Are we going to blame Bruno for Ineos and the Glazers not putting money into their club so we can rebuild?
Of course not.
So what are we talking about? He's not to rebuild. If they invest properly, they can still sell. They're still sellable assets. Bruno wasn't that was a surprise offer. We wasn't selling Bruno. Let's say this Saudi thing never came out. Was he on the list to sell?
Yeah, they're not trying to shop him around. They said everyone's got their price, and the price would have been right.
But no one had Bruno. Remember, they had a list of players, but no one had Bruno in there. I'm selling him at the end of the season. Before Saudi came in, I don't know. It wasn't me. I heard Casemiro's name. I heard Rashford's name. I heard Anthony's name. I didn't hear Bruno's name. That was a surprise thing that came out of nowhere. The rebuild. Why can't it still happen? There's players that still need to go. Now, obviously, Jadon Sancho's come back. Anthony's back. These are the names of players that was on the books to be gone. And then all of a sudden, someone's shown you, look what you could have had, but the rebuild was still the rebuild. They still have work to do. Because that was a surprise offer because Salah decided to stay with Liverpool. They didn't want Bruno in originally. The original idea was Salah. The money was given.
Yeah, it's because the money's still there. They have to spend it. So
this is just money that's there. And they just said, let's try and give it to Bruno. So let's not now say, Bruno's gonna. It would have been brilliant. Like I was kind of hoping for the money when I wanted the money from Europa. Didn't win that. Yeah, Bruno gave us almost an option. When that situation came, I said, look, if the club want to sell me, this, that, and the other, it was like the last couple of weeks of the season when we heard about this Bruno news. It didn't exist before. But the rebuild,
you say that, it did in last summer because he said it did. Bruno said I had an opportunity to leave last summer too, and he said no. Yeah,
but we don't. Was it just Saudi or was it another club? We don't know where it was going. We didn't know where it was going.
I believe that was Saudi as well. I believe
just Saudi.
Yeah, but then then there was the Bayern Munich thing, which kind of went away quick, and then he got a new contract. So look, I think there's been interest in Bruno, like you said, whether it's Saudi or maybe someone else. But the fact is Man United have always said they don't want to sell him. That's it. That's so for the people that are angry. I know people are saying Fab Bomber, but I think he's saying the same thing. He's just as per Bomber. Yeah. Bruno confirms. It's no Bomber there. So as per, he hasn't been on the menu to be sold. Like you said, everyone does have their price. If Big P's would have come through, there's no way where we ain't got no money and we need to rebuild the thing. Man United could have turned down 90, 100, 110 million.
And there was no bid.
They couldn't, but the bid never came. Man United have not had something at their table to say, to turn down. But I'm just playing devil's advocate because we have to speak for all of the communities, like people saying different things. Like what I think is once people started to get their head into a place of, he's going to take that, he's going to leave. I did. Well, you said it. You said he's gone.
I thought he was
this time yesterday, he said he's gone. He's gone.
I thought he was going.
Yeah.
And I was ready for him to go.
So what happened is, like we do as football fans, there's two sides to it. There's the side of people, maybe like us, like me, you and I, that's like, boy, I wouldn't really choose to sell him, but if he says yes and that piece is there, we have to take it. We can't say no. Wicked player. He's the captain. I'd rather him stay, but that type of money, can't turn it down. That's one camp. That's our camp, yeah? There's another camp that says, and you don't hate the player. There's another camp that says, thank God, this bum's finally going to leave our football club. You know what I mean? That's the other side.
And I'm not in that camp.
Finally, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about the other
camp.
side, though. I know you're not in that camp. We're in the camp, like I just said, of the thing of what I just said, yeah? The other camp is like, this guy's been losing the ball and stinking out the gaff for ages. I can't wait till we don't mask it with GA and he gets these goals and thing where he ain't the guy. And, we can use that 100 million to rebuild the thing. So what those people were doing was basically spending the money already. Yes, he's gone. I'm going to buy this, and this. And what's happened is he hasn't gone. And then now it's bred this sort of divided. Well, it was already divided because, there's different opinions on Bruno. Yeah. So it's crazy.
Nothing. I don't think Bruno can do anything about how people feel about him.
Of course not. And he doesn't give a shit. But you know what we haven't allowed ourselves to think? And I said it earlier. I don't know what you think. The thing that like everything goes through Bruno, this is a chance to do things differently and wipe him out and play in a different way. But nobody's really talking about we're raising the level of the team and people who can actually look after the ball properly and create chances and score. Yeah. So therefore, I haven't really seen any of the people that are criticizing Bruno saying how rubbish he is. I haven't seen any of them go, well, he will have Bruno and Cunha there. So surely, if everything goes to plan, sometimes our moves don't work out. We ruin players, la-di-da-di-da. But let's just think positive for a second. By buying those two, surely that would, mask some of the things that Bruno's lessens the load and mask on him. I mean, yeah, exactly. I don't understand why that, but it hasn't happened because everyone's too angry.
How many goals are you potentially bringing in with Cunha?
Well, Bruno got 20 goals, and Bruno got 20 goals this year.
Yeah,
in the league.
Yeah,
and in the league, Cunha got 14, 15, maybe even more.
So you're telling me you're potentially 15? Did he 15 goals in the Premier League?
He got 15 in the Prem, so you're bringing in 35 goals. Well, if they have them seasons, obviously.
Potentially, no, but I'm saying potentially you're bringing in goals.
35. Yeah, and assists.
I don't understand what the issue is. Like, there's even if
I'll tell you what the issue is. The issue is that where's Bruno going to play because he doesn't fit this system, is what people are saying. Some people are saying he can't play in that midfield two, and now you've bought 2 10s. So what's going to happen to him? How are you going to fit all these guys in? And Bruno's not going to work playing further back.
Is it not a good problem to have?
I agree. Strength in depth. How many times have we been? Ahmad got injured and we went,
look at our bench. Look at our bench. And then there's no one. There's just kids on the bench. What is the complaint? We've got too much now. We're 15th. We need it. Like, it don't make sense, bro. There's too much quality. And where's he going to be? I just don't want him in the team.
How's he going to play?
The manager. Let the manager do that. Like, that's on the manager. It doesn't make sense. I don't understand the complaint. There's too much quality, and how's everyone gonna?
And no, but bro, let's be honest, bro. The complaint is that they think Bruno's rubbish. That's what it is.
Exactly.
And he can't. They think Bruno's rubbish. And listen, if you think that,
then nothing I can do. Yeah, of course. You hate Bruno. It is what it is. And there's no bits of PR that's going to make you feel that he's a great guy now for turning down the deal and this, that, and the other. The people that love Bruno are going to love Bruno. The people that hate him are going to continue to hate him. It's a bit weird, but then it is what it's your prerogative, how you want to feel about a player. I remember when Pogba was saying he wanted to leave, I was devastated every single time. Because I wanted him to stay. I didn't care about the money that a great team was going to give to us. I didn't want him to leave. Do you know what I'm saying? When it's a player that you care about, you don't want him to leave. Now, the only reason why I wanted to sell Bruno in this time is because I knew this team needs a serious shake-up. I knew it was nowhere near it. And I thought, this man's going to suffer here. Why not take the money? And I'm not going to begrudge you for going to Saudi. It's a great deal. You've tried your best at this club, and that time is done. I was okay. I was comfortable in that. This was going to be a good separation, personally, for me anyway. And he's decided that he wants to stay. It's like when Casemiro wanted to stay. What am I going to do? Say Casemiro out every single week? I was none. He wants to honor his contract. I can't force him out of the club. Now, there's players, some people say, well, what about Rashford and Jadon and them, man? They don't want to play for us. If they wanted to play for us, that's a different conversation altogether. They don't want to. I don't want players here that don't want to play for the club. Simple.
Yeah. Red Baron says, money isn't everything, KG.